What is going on YouTube? Hitting back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. If we have time, the S&P 500. And as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, I wanted you guys to comment basically the cryptocurrency you would like to see in today's episode. And you guys chose Tezos. So that is what we're going to be looking at in today's video. And I think it's a good idea that we look at this because there's some very interesting trends forming on Tezos that might actually be a good investment opportunity. Otherwise, specifically, we saw us retest the top resistance of Ethereum, and we're not able to close the daily candle yesterday above there, indicating a trigger alert to short the coin back down to support, which is exactly what we did. So hopefully you guys took advantage of that. If you guys want to know more about this and where the coins are headed to, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. All right, guys, so we are doing Tezos here, so huge shout out to Ken Zell for getting today's cryptocurrency reviewed. If you guys want to be shouted out in tomorrow's episode, definitely make sure to leave a comment down below, basically telling me which cryptocurrency you want to see reviewed and your reason behind it. Is it something you hodl? Is it something you want to learn more about? You know, something along those lines. But to jump right into the technical analysis, because there is a ton, and I mean a ton of technical analysis we have to do in today's video. To start, we're on the current coin market cap, top 10 cryptos. Everything is down in red. This is very interesting. We're going to start with Ethereum, move our way in. Obviously, you can see the videos are sectioned off in the comments, so if you want to jump around, feel free to do so. But as you guys can see, to start right now, we have Ethereum, and this is going to be the biggest thing. So as mentioned in yesterday's video, there's a few key resistances that we had to discuss. So there's a clear uptrend, ascending triangle forming on Ethereum. You have a beautiful uptrend with 1, 2, 3, 4 points of support as well as the resistance right here, and it could go a little higher on the 4-hour, closer to 1434. What you could see is clearly where we retested yesterday's video and then corrected back down. We said right here that there was a trigger alert to buy in for a short if the coin does not close in yesterday's video above this resistance or support, and we end up correcting back down. This is exactly as mentioned in yesterday's video, and I want to show that right now, and then we'll jump right into the technical analysis after that. There is still a huge chance in play that we may actually see a short open up right now. Obviously, all of my trades I'm going to be putting on Patreon, so definitely make sure to check out my Patreon in the comments down below. Otherwise, I do think, honestly, in true faith, that there is a good chance, still highly likely, that this needs to play out just a little bit more. I think markets got excited. There's still that big chance we can continue to pump up, but I would create your stop loss to cover yourself in case we do decide to tip lower if you are going to be buying in right now. But my buy-in would be if we breach back down lower. I do think we're going to start to see a swing back down to bottom support at 1268. So how I would invest into this market is just the slight opportunity that we breach lower. If we close today's candle specifically above this resistance and we close just like where we are or a little bit higher, there's a good chance we could see a bullish market start to reverse, as we are starting to see what could be a bullish cross on the MACD right here. Even the other cryptos are going to pump up much higher. Otherwise, the way I'm seeing Ethereum right now is the fact that there's a ton of downwards pressure on the coin. There's a good chance it could flip and start to see a reversal back down to support, back down to 1258, and pull Bitcoin down with it back down to 32,000. All right, as you guys can see, this is pretty much what was mentioned. It was a huge opportunity to short the market, and that's exactly what we did. We took advantage of this movement. As you guys saw in yesterday's video, and I want to just clarify this even more today, you can see this is where we were right here. This was resistance, key resistance comparison to where we were just a couple of days ago on the 19th. We discussed that if we breached this resistance line right here, there was a good chance we would go all the way down for a short opportunity to this support level. Notice how we are not currently at that support. So my target for moving forward in today's video and into today in general, there's a good chance the coin is actually going to continue to fall and correct and retest, I would say close to $1,200. So there is a huge opportunity to short. Hopefully you guys took advantage of yesterday, as it was mentioned all over Patreon, on YouTube, things of that nature. How did I take advantage of the short? Well, I have Bityard pulled up right here. I'm going to give it a quick refresh so it loads in properly. And it was very easy. We just go onto Ethereum right here to USD. We can go to the daily. You can see exactly where it decided to breach resistance at that top here. And on the short to the downside, it was very easy. We can easily move our comparison to 15 times for leverage trade. Put in, we could do 2,000 and then just literally click sell short, capitalize off the run. You don't have to sell out, or I don't need to sell off my position just yet because we are gambling that there is a good chance it's going to retest bottom support at $1,200. Obviously, we are moving our stop losses lower and lower so that if we do decide to reverse back up, let's say we go like this, boom, back up to the upside, it will sell us out in a profit. And that's the best idea that you want to do in today's market, is basically confirm profits so that you don't end up losing money. That's the whole goal, especially when the technology is here and the technology is available. So I did link Bityard in the description down below. Definitely make sure to check it out, as I highly recommend using this for pretty much any of the cryptocurrencies. And if you don't feel comfortable just yet trading around with cryptos, you can always use their demo account, which fills your balance with 100,000 in play money. And the setup is exactly the same. So you can test your skills, you can test my skills, you can test your friend's skills by using Bityard's demo account, and I highly recommend doing so. Now, to look at the other cryptocurrencies, I mean, just to wrap things up with Ethereum, there's a good chance, because Ethereum hit resistance right here with the short coming down, that there's a good opportunity. Like I said, it's going to see more percentage of a drop, and you can see based on where we're going right now, there's a good chance from the drop that we had, this is about a 10% drop currently, there's a good chance it's going to finish off closer to 15. So I anticipate about a 5% more drop in regards to the rest of today back down to the bottom. Now, don't worry, because there's a good chance once we hit bottom support here that probably by tomorrow we are going to see, boom, back up to the upside and retest the neckline very, very, very soon. And it's pretty much, fair. It's very easy to see this. Looking at the daily real quick, you can see the beautiful resistance that we formed. You can see the clear rejection from resistance we discussed. This is why we always use closing candles as reference to future movements. It usually sets the direction for the following day. So when yesterday's candle decided to wick up higher here, we discussed a ton of resistance at the top. It would ultimately form back lower and close the daily candle closer to 1,300. So if you guys bought in now for a short, there's a good chance you are still in the green for the opportunity to see maybe by tomorrow or today that we go all the way down to $1,200, retest bottom support. Then we should start to see the swing back up. So target for right now is this support here, and then we should see a swing back up all the way to 1,380, which would be a great opportunity to buy long and capitalize off the run to the upside. So huge shout out to those who took advantage of the information that was published in yesterday's episode. But to move on to the other cryptocurrencies, I'm going to jump into Tezos, then we'll look at XRP and Bitcoin. Or actually, I'm going to just jump into XRP right now. So when looking at XRP, you can see there's a very interesting trend as well. And this is why I keep saying we're literally coming to the end of XRP sideways trading. I mean, this has been literally since the 11th. Today is currently the 26th. So 15 days over 2 weeks of consolidation between resistance of 30 cents and support of 25 cents. And there's a good chance that there is going to be a pop in some sort of direction very soon. Now, obviously, I'm no magician. I'm no, fortune teller. I can't say for sure this is what's going to happen. I can't say for sure that this is what's going to happen. But regardless, we know that this is prime as to where the pop is going to happen. We're getting sandwiched in here. We're getting in for the short squeeze, and there's a good chance we could see some sort of correction back to the upside. It's going to follow the other cryptocurrencies. I mean, if Ethereum bottoms off here and starts to swing up, we should pretty much see the other cryptocurrencies doing the same, like Bitcoin bouncing off support here and swinging up, and same thing with Litecoin and the other cryptocurrencies. And I want to talk about that in a second. But honestly, for XRP, for those traders out there, just be patient. Don't invest right now. We need to see key breaches in supports and resistances. These price ceilings and price floors are made out for the perfect buying opportunity. The longer we trade sideways, the more volume the prices build up, and the better opportunity we have to buying in when we see a clear direction of which the cryptocurrency wants to go to, XRP. So if we see confirmation of our breach above resistance here, we know there's a good chance it's going to go up to 36 cents or higher. So we'll buy in. We'll buy in once we breach 31 cents. cents, we'll know that we're going to easily hit 35, 36 cents, capitalize off the run. Vice versa, if we see much quicker a close on the daily candle below 25 cents, there's a good chance we will be able to buy in for a short all the way down to what could be, 17 cents for a drop of that nature. Easily able to be done with XRP on Bityard right here. You can easily leverage it for a buy in long or a sell for short. So it's very easy to take advantage of that. Definitely check it out in the description down below. But to jump into Tezos, this is what I've been waiting for. I mean, I just opened this up, and hopefully you guys by now on the channel are able to easily dissect and analyze markets like this. You can easily draw, supports and resistances. You can clearly see uptrends like this are right here on the 4-hour, beautifully drawn. We have, resistances or price ceilings just like this, beautifully drawn out. I'm going to do this right now. And you can clearly see where Tezos likes to trade in between. We can jump to the daily to get a better look. You can see what I'm referring to. There's a clear resistance up top here. There's a clear ascending fractal that's forming on Tezos specifically, where price is pretty much like the trend to. I mean, honestly, we could get away with something like this. I know this is going to be interesting, but it could be something like this. This suits me just a little bit better, where we have bottom support 1, 2, 3, 4, resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, retestments where it's pretty much clear cut right here. Drop this a little bit lower. I like to use the daily candles instead of the wicks because the wicks really don't have much of an impact on markets, unlike the daily candles do. So you can clearly see where we're dropping to. So there's a good chance in the next couple of days we could see support pretty much bounce off of $2.65. So for those thinking of investing into Tezos, you could short the market here. It's more risky. I'd wait for a confirmation where the price wants to drop back down, hit bottom support here, and then anticipate a swing. So just be patient because we could easily hit here in maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe 5 days at max, and then you'll be pretty much guaranteed for a swing back to the upside with immediate volume. So this might be a topic we touch upon next week because Tezos looks primed for what could be shorts to the downside, small shorts, and then see a swing. And it seems like with every run to the downside, it's either hitting its moving average or it's hitting bottom support. So a small correction back down. We have a bullish cross on the moving averages, look primed for a run back to the upside once we retest and regain our support. So you can see right here too, this is going to be interesting. It seems like we are what could be bouncing off the MACD or seeing a bearish cross opportunity, which would immediately short the market back down to support here. That's really what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the price to retest bottom and then swing to the upside. To get a better look, we can go to the 4-hour really quickly. I mean, this really depends on how you want to draw this out. We could easily draw something like this too. It's a little bit harder to gauge. You can maybe consider this to be the bottom. And there's damn well it could be the bottom too. That's something we have to consider based on the 4-hour. 4-hour looks good. It seems like it's bouncing off its moving average right here. So it may be bottomed out right now. And by the MACD, which we saw on the daily, there's a good chance that it might bounce off of it and swing back to the upside. So probably by today, if we can hold above bottom support and we can hold above this 4-hour, there's a good chance we could see this sort of reversal back and we could easily see a swing back to the upside. So be patient with Tezos, as I do believe this might be the bottom here. We might see a swing back to the upside, a beautiful opportunity to buy in for a swing upwards. That's what I would do at least. Now, moving on to the other cryptocurrencies, we looked at Ethereum, we looked at XRP, we looked at Tezos. Time to look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. You can see Bitcoin is in a very interesting position right now. I mean, I don't know how else to describe this. Bitcoin clearly is setting lower highs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmations of lower highs. We are neck and neck at bottom support, which what could be a breach below its prior low. We've been trending sideways now for quite some time. The scary part is the bearish cross that could happen on the 4-hour moving average, which is a signal for correction to the downside. My other interesting notice is with the massive ascending fractal that formed, the fact that we broke out of this, starting to create lower highs, is an indication we could breach through this supportive uptrend here and start to trade inside this region. So I'm getting kind of nervous with Bitcoin. It seems like money is leaving Bitcoin and entering coins like Ethereum, XRP, other things. It doesn't seem like it's staying in Bitcoin. So money is leaving these and we may start to see a new alt season. So anticipate, I would steer clear from Bitcoin for right now, investing into here. This is a high risk trade right now in anticipation for a massive dump we could see a massive dump here if the daily candle decides to do so. All we're really waiting for on Bitcoin on the daily, you can see here, is if we close the daily candle below $30,840, this area right here, if we close, and this is my warning to you guys, if we close below this, anticipate a drop back down to this area right here, and then a swing to the upside. So I'm going to steer clear of this. I'm waiting for the short opportunity. This is going to be big money for you guys, huge money. We're waiting for this confirmation. We're waiting for a close above here, shorting it down to here, selling off, and getting ready for a long back to the upside. It's going to be big money, so definitely be patient and wait for the opportunity to present itself. Otherwise, I'm looking at Litecoin right now. I'm waiting for this to clear itself. Boom. Waiting for the opportunities on Litecoin and things like that. Litecoin I'd steer clear from, not really seeing any crazy opportunities here. It is bouncing off support, so that's something I didn't notice before. Clearly, there's the support level right here, a channel where it seems to trend off of. So this might be the bottom, actually, for the coin, and we may start to see it ripple off of here and retest 4-hour at 143 within the next couple of days. And lastly, for S&P 500, this was crazy. I mean, this is literally textbook movements for the S&P 500. It is so freaking easy to chart. I mean, you could easily make positions off of this. We hit resistance. Clearly, we started a new channel, but we hit resistance and we fell. I mean, yesterday fell. This was huge. And today we fell pretty big as well. We fell all the way down to 37.97 and back up to 38.55. So it's pretty crazy to see the massive drop we had. This was a small percentage drop. I mean, this was about maybe 1.43%, but in essence, it looks big here, and there's a good chance, this is going to play out. Ultimately, we're headed upwards, guys. We're headed upwards. Granted, we have been retesting and hanging out at this overbought market for quite some time, so a drop back down wouldn't be a bad thing at this point, but, coins are headed up. We're hitting all-time highs again and again and again, but, I mean, the economy and with Biden in presidency, things are changing very quickly, very rapidly from old laws to new laws. So we'll see how the S&P 500 holds up in the next couple of months. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.